Welcome to Nerd Church.
Hooray!
Yay.
Hooray. We left off last time having just finished a battle with a giant sewer snake. And it was slightly tougher, perhaps, than I anticipated. But not too bad. Only one person suffered unconsciousness. However, you were...
Passing grade.
Yeah, you were victorious.
Yeah.
And I believe, where we left off, you had not taken a short rest, but were preparing to do so, perhaps. So you are currently in a large square room with water flowing in from a series of sewer pipes and then out a large grate in the floor. There is an entrance behind you from which you came and an exit ahead of you that you killed a big snake to access. But there is no active danger right now. So if anyone is in need of a little rest, this would be a time to do that. You could take 45 minutes and kind of bandage your wounds and get a breather, maybe a light snack.
Everyone's like, I'm cool. And Aaron's like, I almost died.
So,
Yeah.
if we plan to do that, Potham is going to walk around with a series of these sticks, set them up in the radius of... Don't shake your head at me.
That's too late. It's already begun.
Let's see here. Spells. Essentially, it's the pattern of enhancers for his alarm spell.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we could. We should take a short
20-foot
rest.
cube.
Okay.
So,
All right. Where are you setting it up? Just around you? This room is bigger than that. So,
where our party is kind of camped out is where he'll set it up around us.
Do you want to block the entrance you have yet to explore, or do you want to block the entrance from which you came? Because you can't cover both with radius.
Yet to explore.
Got it. Okay. And you only need, for a short rest, you only need 45 minutes to an hour. So you're not like bedding down or anything like that. Unless you want to take a long rest for 8+ hours while this kid is missing here in the middle of a sewer. That's up to you.
I mean, let's be honest, he's already dead. What's the matter?
You're just comfortable with this. Okay, so if you're going to take a short rest, for those that have not mechanically done this before, first of all, you can click the short rest button on your D&D Beyond screen, but then if you want to heal during your short rest, remember that your hit dice are a limited resource. However, if you decide to heal during your short rest, you can roll, I believe at level 1 you have only 1 hit die, so you roll 1 die as is appropriate to your class, and it'll say in the little pop-up what your class's hit die is. And then you add that number to your Constitution modifier and regain that many hit points. So that's how a short rest healing works, and then be sure to mark off your hit die. That doesn't get recovered until you take a long rest. Some of you, Eric in particular, will recover other powers on a short rest, spell slots and things, but most of you do not. So, if everybody is good on that, unless anybody need help with the short rest stuff.
Do I want to have both of the slots unchecked under recover since I'm at full health?
Yeah, so you don't use a hit die if you're fully healed. So your short rest, you don't probably even take a short rest then.
Okay.
I'm not sure that as a
it does
druid at this point
Yeah, I don't
recovers
think it
anything for
recovers
you.
my spell slot that I used.
It's just me drinking it.
Later, it might recover your wild shape. I don't remember how wild shape works.
Cool.
For some reason, I seem to have screwed up the mechanics of it, but I just rolled the dice instead.
Okay. So your, well, I guess I should randomize this just a little bit. I was about to say your short rest goes uninterrupted, but I'm not entirely certain of that. So let's just make sure. Yeah, nothing goes down during your brief short rest, so you're able to bandage your wounds up a little bit. Air kind of re-centers himself with the sword. And
warmth returns to the blade.
Excellent.
Back to the blade.
Nice. Also, I totally figured out what's up with your patron since the last break.
Okay, cool.
Did a bunch of writing about it.
Oh, perfect.
It's going to be great. So you have a hard-fought entrance available to you now, or exit from this room, staring right in front of you. It looks like the passageway proceeds about 15 feet before it turns a sharp right. There is still dim light in here, as the sewers are surprisingly well lit for sewers.
All right.
We're all rested.
Yep.
There you go.
I say we head forward.
Let's
Already this far.
onward.
Okay.
Bottom, do you have or can we do like an investigation in the area? Can I just like look around a little bit and see if there's anything else leading down into the...
Sure. Make an investigation check or a survival check, whatever you prefer.
I will assist you on that.
Okay.
I'm going to go to survival check.
And you can do that at advantage with Potam's help.
Okay. Survival. 8 for 10, and then what?
And you do it one more time.
Oh, one more time.
Yep. So just pick the highest result.
That's right. 11.
Okay. So you look around a bit, and you don't see anything particularly different than what you've seen up to this point. There are some scuff marks that potentially look like they could be footsteps or footprints like you saw earlier heading off in that direction. But it doesn't feel like you've uncovered any new information here. There was only one exit to this room and one entrance. Mm-hmm. So if anybody came this way, this is the way they went.
Okay. All right. Moving forward. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So the party proceeds forward. You come to the hard right-hand turn and you see a passageway extending straight for quite a long ways, probably at least 100 feet. And you can see all the way to the end of it in this dim light, or nearly to the end of it in this dim light. Looks unoccupied.
Is there anything along the way?
Just a long stretch. I mean, there's just like all of these passageways, there's sewer water in the middle running through a channel, and you're kind of walking on the sides on a raised platform of stone. But other than that, just looks like a long straightaway.
I guess how does the hallway feel? Like, is there? I mean, it's just a
touching the fuzzy wall.
Yeah.
How does it smell?
Well, we have an air freshener. So.
Right.
Make a perception check.
13.
Feels like the rest of this place feels. It feels like a very well kept sewer in a.
There's something.
Surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Do we have a way to throw some light down there again? Do you have a...
I mean, it is dimly lit. Again, I'll tell you. So these magical lights extend all the way down this hallway, which is why you can see most of the way down this nearly 100-foot.
And as a druid
passageway.
elf, don't I have like dark vision to where like I would be able to see better in darkness?
Yeah. So anyone who has dark vision can see in dim light as if it were full daylight.
Okay.
The only reason you can't see the very, very end of this is it's literally 100 feet away.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
I mean, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
You just you're just 100 feet away.
Right.
So that's all. There's no grand mystery to the lighting here.
Okay, so Bottom just goes for it.
Yeah. All right.
Forward on.
Starts
Let's
whistling.
go, guys.
Well, even though you're a suspicious D&D player, this is just a hallway, and you get to the end of it, and at the end it turns a hard right again, and you can see about 20 feet further on, it opens up into another room, and you can hear much louder this time the sound of like rushing water. There's a lot of water coming into this next chamber, more so than the last that you just visited.
Water is a kind way to put it.
Yeah, there's water and other stuff.
Oh, candy bars.
Gross.
Don't Don't eat those
If
candy
you
bars.
see go
No,
on the
no.
sidewalk, it's not free, kids.
Drop it, drop it.
A lot of slapping Potom's hand in this game.
All right, proceed down the hallway toward the rushing water.
Suppose so, right?
Yeah.
What else are we gonna do?
Okay.
Let's turn back.
Yeah, done.
All right. You step into a larger room than the one you were in before. This one, probably about a 50-foot square, but a similar layout to the last. So many different sewer pipes enter this room. One of them in particular is just a torrent coming out of it. The others, similar to what you saw in the previous room, but all of them feeding into the other side of the chamber, 2 large pipes set into the ground, again with grates over the top, ostensibly to prevent people from falling in, where that water is exiting. And based on the path you've taken at this point, you've sort of done a 180 here, and the slight rise as you climbed through that last hallway, you can kind of tell this is a slight level up from the room you were at before, and the water that's pouring out of this room is pouring into that next room, or at least some of it is. So it's sort of cascading down the hill as you proceed. But the most noticeable thing as you enter this room is a large collection of sort of twigs and detritus and garbage. There's a big mound, basically, piled up near where that most torrential pipe is flowing out. And you don't have to think real hard about what this is, because a furry little face pokes out of it. Not little. A big furry face pokes out of it, a whiskered face, and 2 beady red eyes look at you, and the creature, which is a giant rat, hisses at you from across the chamber. And as it does, several of them emerge from the nest and sort of array themselves in a defensive stance. And then they move towards you. So it's time to roll for initiative.
How many are we talking here?
Well, we're
We'll find out.
gonna find out here in just a moment. As
Eric takes a step backwards.
yeah.
There's like why.
Bottom takes a step forward.
Oh,
Ooh, ouch.
7.
No, I feel like the role is appropriate to her previous experience.
Okay, so we have 4 giant rats emerging from the nest.
Oh, God.
And when you are ready,
Are you
you
using
can
this
place
one?
yourselves on the...
I was gonna, even though I don't have a hawk, use this one because it's beautiful.
Okay, Air, your roll was
8.
8. Bottom
19.
19.
Is it okay if I use this?
Oh,
one?
no.
Freya?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
7.
Oh, you're with the rats
No,
now?
I'm not with the rest.
Get me far away.
As a druid, I side with these creatures of nature. Panda, what was your
They're
initiative
merciful.
roll?
Very
Which
strong
one?
one.
Exchange for the...
This
Ooh,
one.
very
Very
Go in last.
very
Got it.
strong
Got it.
one.
All right, very good. Well, Potom, you're going to act first here, responding quickly as these rats emerge.
Bottom with his phaser aims it at the Rat King. And
The king?
yeah.
All right, who have you identified as the king?
Well, whoever that first...
Okay, this guy that came out of the nest first.
Yeah,
That's the most regal.
I thought
Not the one riding the other one? That is a pile of rats.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two rat piles.
Oh, there are.
That's delightful. All right, so this is rat cavalry, I've decided.
Are these
rats that
officially
ride.
ROUSs?
Yes,
they are.
definitely.
Okay.
You didn't believe they existed, but now
Yes.
there's clear evidence in front of you. All right, fire phasers.
yes.
So the rat, I believe, needs to make a save against that. Is that correct?
He does a strength of 14.
Strength. That's not his strong suit. However, oh no, that's a -2. So that's an 11. The rat.
Okay.
rolled. I believe that's a fail.
That is a fail. He'll take 1 point of lightning damage, but he will get pulled towards me
Okay.
10 feet.
10 feet. Here we go. You lightning loop him and yank him towards you. And he seems genuinely surprised by this, but also not totally unhappy as he charges forward and attacks you, attempting to bite you. That is a 15 to hit.
Oh, 15 hits.
Okay. Then you...
Because the match goes towards the creature.
Attacker.
Yeah.
Then you will suffer 4 points of piercing damage as the rat nibbles you aggressively. Then these rats are going to make their movement. They get a movement speed of 30, so that is 10, 15, 20. Using pack tactics, this rat is going to attack you with advantage. That is a 23 to hit.
Ouch,
And
Adam.
you will take 3 points of piercing damage. And then the rat cavalry will charge in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. One will attack air. That is a 6 to hit, so I believe that is a miss. And 5,
She's
10,
really
15, 20,
on
25,
edge
30.
now.
This rat doesn't quite make it. And their turn, so that is as far as they get. And air, it is your turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Freya, you're on deck, and then Pando.
Air's just going to use a cantrip. Booming Blade and hit the rat right in front of her.
Do it.
And it rolls an 8.
And an 8 is not going to cut it. So the rat chomps at you, and you nimbly dodge out of the way. You slash at it. It returns the favor. And unless you've got a bonus action, I believe it is Freya's turn. Or would you like to move, perhaps?
The way moving works, I don't provoke attacks of opportunity unless I move away.
Only if you leave the rat's
area,
reach.
area, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Then air will move one over.
Okay, sounds good. Freya, your turn. There is a rat within your reach already.
I see
and
that.
a number of others.
Yeah, I think if I...
I love that this is on a lazy Susan.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Right.
great.
If I move right here, so I'm going to move right here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a cold beam at
Your breath weapon?
my breath weapon, which goes in a cone,
nice.
right? Well, and
Did
it
your breath
goes in
weapon
a-
recharge on a short rest? Is that?
Oh,
is that the case?
I don't think that I used it on the. But no, it does.
Did you not use it on the
doesn't need-
snake?
I didn't, but it
Oh.
also doesn't need a recharge. I don't think. How do I tell?
It does. You can only use it once every so often. But
Yeah, I didn't.
But if you didn't use
the
it, I
breath-
did. I thought maybe
I
you
was
did, but-
thinking about doing it, but then air was in the way, so I would have frozen
Right.
air also.
Right.
So
All right, very good. Well, then that
appreciate
will
it.
work
After
well.
you use your breath weapon, you can't use it again until you complete a short or long rest.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, so you could have anyway.
So you'd be good
Yeah.
either way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, that will encompass either these two rats or these two rats and Patem.
Yeah, well,
So
I'm going to go for
probably
those
these two
two.
rats.
Yep.
Mhm. And I believe they make a con save. Here, let's see. So, under your... It's a little tricky because the breath weapon description... oh, here we go. Yeah. So it's under your actions. They have to make a Constitution DC 12 or take half damage, and you're going to do 2d6. So you can roll 2d6 while I roll their saves.
Okay.
The con save for them is
Oh,
plus 0.
I see.
So
4 isn't bad for
rat 2 fails, and rat 4 fails. So they're both going to take full damage.
Cool.
What is the damage?
Oh, 5.
5 points of cold damage. Nice. So Freya steps forward and kind of describe to me how this looks. When Freya launches a blast of cold breath, what does that look like?
Yeah, it shoots out as a giant silver cone beam that is practically opaque and encompasses both of the rats, the rat Cavalry and the other rat, and it covers them in a silver frost. Cool. That at first completely paralyzes them, and then as they come out of it, you find out how much damage was really done to them.
Nice, I like that.
Yes.
And so I'm curious how you picture this in terms of like what Freya's doing. How magical is this versus physical? Like, is she like unhinging her jaw and stuff is like spraying out of her throat, or is this more like there's like a magic beam
emanating from her? No, I imagine it coming from her breath. So she takes a huge breath. It's instead of dragon fire, she has dragon frost that shoots out.
I love it. All right. That is your turn. Pando, you're up.
Okay. Clarifying question. Poison spray, is it an area of effect or is it just one creature that gets affected?
What does the spell read?
It says toward a creature, and then it says range area is 10 feet.
So then that could be 10 feet away.
Would it mean
but if it says
anything within that 10 feet, including
just
my
a
allies?
single creature.
Yeah,
Just a single creature.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Which critter are you going after here? So these two just got blasted by cold breath.
So, and these are like full power?
Yeah, those. I mean, this
health.
One got laser whipped.
But that one's full health.
Let me go for the one.
The untouched rat.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I was thinking. It was sort of.
I want to go for the untouched rat
Okay.
trio.
That's Rat Cavalry.
Rat
Yeah,
Cavalry.
the Rat Cavalry is going to attempt a Constitution save. Your spell save is 14, so a little tougher. And they fail with a 13. So you can do your full damage,
Excellent.
which is a 1d12.
Yes. And I just click it?
Yep.
6.
6 points of poison damage. All right, so a noxious puff of gas.
It's purple.
A noxious puff of purple gas
A little
envelops
sparkly.
the pile of rats that is going after air, and they all start coughing violently, and the top rat just falls off the pile dead. They're looking pretty rough. Potom, it is your turn. You have pulled an angry rat to your face, and now there's 3 of them. You're surrounded.
To the original guy right in front of me, I will make a quarterstaff attack.
Okay, do it.
20.
That
Not a natty.
definitely
Just
hits.
I'm using it two-handed, which doesn't really help at all because I still scored a 2.
2 points of damage. Well, I mean, you are a little bitty gnome.
Yeah.
So you bonk it firmly on the head, and it is twice as frustrated as the last time that you heard it.
Oh, but I do have 2-weapon fighting. Oh, I'm using both of my hands on that, so I can't just...
That's the trade-off.
Yeah, that's a trade-off.
All right, very good. Now it is the giant rat that you have angered. It is his turn. And he's going to attack you. Again, pack tactics gives him advantage. That is a 21 to hit. And you will take 5 points of piercing damage.
And Potom falls.
Oh, no. Little Potom goes down in a flurry of furry attacks. The second giant rat right here is going to turn and attack Freya, who is the source of great discomfort to it. At advantage for pack tactics, that is a 20 to hit.
Jeez.
Forgot about combat support. What was I thinking? Just charging in.
Charge! That is 4 points of piercing damage.
He was
Freya.
still on the adrenaline of the snake that we just took down.
Yeah, I didn't think that was that bad.
Meanwhile, the pile of rats that just got poisoned is going to attempt to bite air again. That is a 19 to hit. These rats are on
Insidious.
fire.
Jeez.
Except for the frozen ones.
I forgot how we decided we were going to want to do this. Can I roll? I want to cast shield.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about like
the
yeah. If you yeah.
Okay.
I don't care if I don't need you to guess.
Okay.
If shield is going to work or not. Like I think if you've got
just
shield,
allow it.
it does it. And,
Cool.
Yeah. So will shield protect you from a 19?
It will.
Okay,
Just
then
barely.
shield it up. All right. So what does Air's shield look like?
Oof. I didn't think about that. Let me think. It's
Oh, actually, can I offer a suggestion?
Please.
So when you hex others, these tattoos rise on their skin. How about when the shield comes up to you, it's actually the same tattoos cover your skin, but instead of harming you, they like toughen your skin or sort of deflect.
This is why he's the DM.
Love that.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
cool.
that. All right, cool. So these glowing tattoos you see rise on Air's skin as the rat attempts to chomp down, and the teeth just seem to skid off Air's skin, doing no harm. Final rat is going to turn and also attack Freya at advantage. That is a 22 to hit. These rats can't roll below a 15, and they're rolling at advantage every time, so they're doing very well. That is 4 points of piercing damage.
Wow.
Are we bad adventurers?
Well, I mean, you are.
We did just slay a snake. I feel like we all came into this like, oh god, again.
This is working out really true to the world because
Yeah.
you're not adventurers.
No,
you
you're right. It's
just
just-
started adventuring,
Yeah.
so
Pando had like
the
a
idea that
puffed
you would
out
have like,
chest as she was walking in, like, we're really good. I was just like, oh god.
oh god, rats. I mean, it's not like you've worked out a bunch of team tactics together yet,
No.
or like figured out squad maneuvers. Like this is
Or remembered that your combat support,
right.
not,
Yeah, none of that.
not the tip of the spear.
The good news, however, is the rats are done with their violent turn, and it is Air's turn.
Okay.
Air, you saw Potom go down, but there is still a nearly deceased pile of rats in front of you, still choking on poison.
Yeah. Well, she was trying to be a little more conservative with her resources here, but I think in light of the recent loss of her friend here, she might have to dip into more of her powers. Let's see. She's gonna. Oh my. Yeah, she's gonna use Hexblade's Curse, which. I apologize. I feel like I'm so bad at this, and it's not going to. It's going to provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
No, only moving away provokes an attack.
Not
opportunity.
casting spells and things like that.
Nope, nothing that you do as an action or bonus action can provoke an attack of opportunity in 5e.
I've played too many different versions of
Yeah.
Is the problem. Okay. So yeah, Air's gonna cast Hexblade's Curse on the rats in front of her.
Okay.
And then she's gonna attack with the booming blade again.
Do it.
And that's going to be that must hit. That's going to be a 22.
Yeah, that absolutely hits. You do not need to roll for damage. These rats were on death's door and are obliterated.
Wow. Okay. Nice job, Air.
Pando did.
Good job, Air.
Pando did just severely poison them. They were
Yeah, fair enough.
stumbling,
We're
falling
still
off of each other.
Coughing up some purple glittery dust.
So it's glittery too. Oh, that's delightful.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind,
glittery.
Purple glittery poison. Yeah, very good. Now, when they're Hexblade's Curse, do you get...
No.
That's Hex.
Only Hex. Yeah.
Disappointing. Okay.
Yeah. I
Fair.
think that's what, yeah.
Do you want to move at all?
Yes. Over here.
Okay. Freya, it is your turn.
All right, Freya will rage, and she'll. I'd like to do a big old swipe with my great axe.
Yeah.
Can I swipe across both rats with it?
So
Because
that's
I'm within 5 of both of them.
that's not really a thing in D&D,
Okay.
but I
I applaud that.
but I like the flavor of it. So here's what I'll offer you.
Okay.
I will let you do that, but you're going to roll at disadvantage, and you're going to roll for each creature.
Okay.
So essentially what I'm giving you is an extra attack for free,
Okay.
but both attacks will be at disadvantage.
Remind me how disadvantage.
That means you'll roll twice and take the lowest
Oh,
result.
that's right. Okay. So, rolling twice with the great axe. So I roll twice for each one.
Correct. So
Okay.
the first rat dead in front of you, roll twice and tell me the lowest roll, please.
Okay. Oops.
Mechanically, this is against the rules,
Oh,
but I like
Yeah.
I like what you're doing.
I got it here, right, for that. No, that's
I'm trying to think
damage.
of a
Right
math
here.
on that.
To roll.
That's
Yeah, that's fine.
how good of that is.
Oh, come on.
But-
13.
13 is enough to hit this rat.
Okay.
Is that
that's
your lowest?
Nope, sorry.
Yep,
That's
so one more.
10.
Nimbly dodging, the rat
Oh.
ducks your blade, but the second rat,
Second
you
rat.
can
Let's
take
see
an
what
attempt at here.
happens. Ooh, 22.
Okay, one more.
Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah. Yep. 11.
So you heave your huge great axe across, attempting to cleave through both rats, and both rats just kind of go sort of cat duck under, and yeah, you shave the whiskers off the top of their heads. But yeah, that is a miss to both rats. A mighty effort that fueled by rage.
I don't know how I'm going to survive another 2 rat attacks here.
Well, we'll find out. Well,
We will find
Panda,
out.
what are you up to?
Panda was feeling like she should do something for her companion who
Yeah.
was down. And so we got 3 left.
3 rats, 2 of which are still surrounding Potam's body
Yeah.
hungrily.
Can I thorn whip the one that looks like it wants to eat his face?
What are we doing?
That
They all look like
They all look
I
like
know,
one of your
right? Maybe this one.
Okay, you're doing what to that?
Thorn whip.
Thorn whip.
It's a cantrip, so I don't think I
Do it. Whip that guy.
whipping it. I will memorize this eventually.
Yep,
This
you're
one
right.
first. Thank you.
Nice.
25,
That's
shoot.
yeah, it's
and then
decisively.
2.
Question: what's your bonus to attack on there? So what did you actually
Plus-
roll to get a
plus
25? Oh, okay, so it was a 19.
Yeah.
Got it. 2 points of damage. All right. That rat continues to be very annoyed as you all pick at it with 1 and 2 points of damage at a time. This rat's like what the
One little
What?
piece of his ear goes
Leave
flying.
me alone!
That really hurt!
Who throws a shoe? All right. Very good. Any movement, Pando?
No, she feels secure and
Okay,
safe
just
behind
gonna
her.
stay right here behind this large silver dragon boy. Good.
Yes.
Good here. All right. Well, Potam at the top of the round. I need you to roll a death save.
Ah, yes. Do.
I was gonna mention for you, there's a cool like silvery knight with a great axe if you prefer.
Oh, really?
Oh, 17.
I have a great axe on the character that I ordered.
Oh, you did?
Actually, yeah. Hopefully.
If you're interested in working on it.
Very nice.
Well, how did we do?
17.
17. All right.
Success.
That is a success. Very good. Next, we are on to our friends, the rats. This rat is not going to
I have 2
stop
more.
to chew on your body. Instead, it's going to pursue air.
I was running away.
Yeah, I loved that. 16 to hit.
Yeah,
Oh, but your shield is... Oh, no.
that's a one-time thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you had your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, 5 points of piercing damage.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, no, but you brought up that good point. Is it?
It lasts till the end of your turn.
until the start of your next turn. It says.
Oh, right. You haven't had... yeah, you... Well, no, you did. Because you go after the rats.
Oh,
So you used it as a
yeah.
reaction
Yep,
when
yep,
the rats...
yep,
And then you
yep,
had your
sorry.
turn. Yep. So 5 points of piercing
Yep.
damage. These 2 are going to stay focused on Freya. The first is... They're just monstrous rolls. 24 to hit.
Wow.
Or 22 to hit,
Go
Can I
sorry.
down.
request that the DM uses a different?
That is
D20?
6
Right.
points of piercing damage, Freya,
Yeah,
from
I'm
the
down.
first rat. Oh,
It's got to be
boy.
some kind of like mechanic
Yeah.
for the players to demand a different.
It's
Right.
weighted.
He's got a magnet underneath.
I mean,
He's-
this is-
challenge. This would be a challenge flag we can draw or something.
This rat's going to attack Panda.
Oh no!
Oh, there's a flag on the
That's a
table.
21 to hit. I can't.
Are you just trying to kill all of us off
That's
right
5
now?
points.
This is gonna be
5
the-
points
like
of piercing damage.
Right.
Rat TPK is
I don't have
embarrassing.
5 points.
With only 2
You don't-
episodes.
Wait, I mean, I do.
What are we doing?
I'm very concerned.
I'm concerned.
Me too.
And then what makes me even more concerned is that you're concerned.
Yeah, I mean, this encounter is balanced at easy.
Really?
That is, yeah.
We just had the worst.
This was meant to be just like
A
a,
nothing thing, yeah.
well, let's get a quick encounter out of the way just for some fun to start the
Not
session,
like
and then
let's
we'll move
end
on
the
to what's
game
real, the real
forever.
challenge.
We'll just go and get drinks after this. After our whole,
Yeah, if we all die now,
Yeah.
it's only 10 to 10.
Discuss our rat
I
TPK.
was getting really invested in this character. Man, what the hell?
I know, me too. I wrote a bunch of backstory before this session.
Right, I ordered a hero punch
Right.
for this character.
Right.
So start
so
dreaming
did I.
up a guy who looks very similar. Or maybe just swap.
Yeah, right.
Next
It'll be-
campaign, you can be a silver dragon.
It'll be Potom Near. It'll be my next character. It's
Do I
his brother.
manually take away 5 points?
You can type it in the side there and then click damage.
Okay,
But
thank you.
I think there's like several different ways you can handle it. I'm probably doing it incorrectly.
Air, it is your turn.
Okay.
And
Save us.
at
I
the,
am
Yeah.
very
What do
low.
you
Start-
got, please? Anything.
at the start of your turn, you hear a whisper in your mind.
Don't worry, guys. There's some divine intervention.
And I'm gonna text you what
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm gonna text you what you hear in your mind.
Perfect. Oh, this is gonna work out really well. I feel like. I mean, not this like dynamic. I mean.
This is part of our church where we all pray.
Yeah. This is
That's why it's so quiet. We're praying amongst ourselves.
Did we drink?
That's what you hear in your mind.
Air clenches her jaw and reluctantly nods her head in agreement.
Okay. You feel compelled to make an attack with the sword on the rat in front of you.
Okay. You want me to roll for it?
Yeah. At advantage.
Okay. It's be 24.
Okay. So, Pando, only you see this.
Okay.
Because the other two are unconscious right now. But you're momentarily distracted because a flash of light out of the corner of your eye draws your eyes to Air. And you see Air slash down at the rat with this sword, but for a moment the sword doesn't look like it normally looks. Normally the sword is sort of tarnished.
Yeah, nothing looking sword.
Yeah, it looks like you found it on a rubbish heap, basically. But not right now. As the sword slashes down, it looks like a brilliantly glowing silver longsword.
Beautiful.
And it cleaves through this rat fully. Just carves through it like one of those anime scenes where the top half of the monster slides away after there's like a glowing line through the middle of it. And simultaneously, the same strike occurs on all the rats. And so you look down at the rat that had just attacked you and find it carved into 2 pieces as well.
Amazing.
And then Air collapses.
Oh,
Perfect.
Pando, we need you.
So we are out of combat. However, Pando, you have some rather urgent medical needs to attend to for your crew, and you may want to triage a bit. I'll leave it to you to tell me what you're going to do. But I will tell you, I guess, mechanically, because you've not done some of these things. A healing spell will pop someone right back to their feet, so that there's no death saves anymore. But you can also stabilize someone by making a medicine check, which is essentially like you're bandaging them up and preventing them from actively bleeding out.
And
so
that
they no
is
longer...
not a spell. That's just...
It's not a spell. It's just an action.
I think
it's basically first aid. So it doesn't give them hit points back, but it prevents them from like bleeding out and dying. Which it is clear to you that both Potom and Freya are.
Yeah.
You're not really sure what happened to Air.
Okay.
Is there anything I should notate, or should I just?
No, not yet.
But then you'd also know that Potom has healing powers.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I should triage and actually heal up the other one that could help heal others. So.
Or if you're going to use one of your healing spells,
did you put in the box
then Potom can use his.
I have
Like
Bible,
a daisy
so I think I
chain.
have 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I should heal you. That way you can heal somebody else. Thanks to Potom kind of gargling this at me while he's laying on the ground. Pando is going to do her second spell slot, Healing Word to Potom.
Great. So you can roll the healing then and let Alex know what it is.
4 + 4 = 8.
Nice. That is a potent healing word.
Yes, that is very good.
All right. So Potom, you pop back up. Now, what are each of you doing? Essentially, this is the next round. Freya, make a death save, please.
Do I...
Just roll a d20.
Oh, just roll a d20.
No, there's no bonuses.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I think I rolled it 3 times. Hold on.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yep,
And I
just hit
this
it
one.
once, and then you gotta. It doesn't automatically roll because as you choose all your dice, then you hit that.
Oh, okay, got it. Wow,
That is a
terrible.
failure.
So that's a failure. You have one failure. If you accumulate 3 failures, you are permanently deceased. So on this next round of action, you are still on the ground, not responsive. You're up. What are the two of you doing?
Potom goes over and pulls out his dermal regenerator. Freya just.
It's just going to be a constant parade of this. Isn't
Oh
it?
yeah. Just wait until. Just wait.
All right.
11.
Nice. That the device seems to be highly effective. As
You guys are actually great healers.
We gotta be good at something.
Where were you 20 minutes ago?
Good news, you're going to need it.
So I get 11 of healing?
Yep.
Okay.
Great. So Freya, you are back up. Meanwhile, Pando, what are you doing while Potom tends to Freya?
And then you can close out, and it'll be up there.
So he's got this. Do I need to help you additionally?
Well, I'm unconscious.
She's unconscious. So
Can I do a medicine? Well,
yeah, you can go kind of check her out.
yeah, because I don't know quite what she needs.
Yeah.
I
So
don't either.
scurry over there and roll a medicine check.
19 + 4, 23.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh.
yeah. So you race over there, and it's very strange because she's sleeping. So you can tell right away she's not unconscious. Like you've seen people knocked out. You know what it looks like to be blackout drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen even people affected by magical effects and things like that. Looks like she's been asleep for hours, but it just suddenly happened, and she is breathing she's breathing like a deeply exhausted person in deep slumber.
Okay.
But doesn't appear to be injured in any way, as far as you can tell. Looks healthy.
I forgot Potom's catchphrase. You are fixed.
He
is fixed.
Kind of. I think she just needs to sleep for a little bit. So I don't want to wake her up because I don't know if this is helping her heal and rest. Are we all going to kind of take a rest here since we were just kind of beaten?
Take a rest.
I don't know why you're asking me.
Take a rest.
How are you on your
next
hit
week.
points?
So I only have 4 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, what's our healing capacity looking
Yeah,
like? Not good.
right.
I'm done with all my spells, and I have
Yeah, what
4
about-
hit points.
Potom's got a few more tricks up his sleeves, but
Okay.
as far as
do
magical healing, dermal regenerator is
One time use.
needs to be regenerated. Well, no, it's got two uses to it,
Oh,
unless
gotcha.
I've used something else.
Those batteries run out quick. Those
Yeah.
magical batteries.
Is this another short rest situation, or
I don't think my stuff comes back after a short rest.
no?
It
But you
doesn't.
could heal though.
Do I get healing points
You
back?
could expend
Because
a.
you didn't last time.
I did
right?
not.
You could
Yeah.
expend a die. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So killing an hour here, if you're that is one path to healing. You've not used your hit die.
I'm not saying we should necessarily. I was just offering it as
Sure.
a suggestion.
Well, you've already decided for us.
Oh,
I,
or not by my choice.
I mean, I can always pick her up and carry her if we need to.
Yeah, she's not particularly large.
Yeah, but it seems like can we just do a little check
Have like an
here
existential.
just to see if see
The
how we're
gut
doing
check,
here.
vibe check.
Vibe check.
Are we all good here?
Vibe check, guys. No, I just want to make sure that there's no like additional threats that are looming
sure.
that we're not looking at because
Yep.
we're
Make a perception check.
You
okay.
should just go back to like working in an office. You know, like something less.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, no, riding on a ship was way easier.
Oh,
Yeah,
One.
you're still pretty logy from
Yeah.
from being unconscious. Like you got your bell rung pretty bad, so you're not really picking up on a lot.
All right, so we are going to rest.
I think we need to.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
we
can't
need
ask
to.
Sleeping Beauty here.
Yeah.
While we're
Slightly awake
resting,
if you want it or
Take a
something.
short rest.
Pottom's going to investigate the rat's nest.
Sure, do
Oh,
it.
good idea.
Okay, so it sounds like the party's gonna pause here for another
Short
hour
rest.
or so. Remember, if you are short resting, if you used a hit die last time, it's gone. So, and I don't believe anyone has more than one hit die because you're all level 1. So,
Click that.
That's what I did,
There is no-
but it didn't seem to work.
I think you just want to roll a physical die,
That's what I did.
or manually roll the one in the corner.
Okay.
And as a druid, you are what, D8?
D8, I want to say.
Yeah, D8. So you get a 1D8 plus 1 healing because your Constitution modifier is plus 1.
Okay, I'm gonna automatically
8,
apply
nice.
healing.
More than necessary. That's perfectly fine.
Does that mean that my hit points
You're back up to 9.
come up to max?
Yeah.
Hit your.
But I do
your
have to hit
die.
the short rest, right? Just so that it counts.
But
Yeah, you just hit the short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
well,
Wow.
it's fine because
That's all I need.
right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's making this is like unnecessary to get into, but I don't know if it's making like a distinction between me manually typing things and me clicking to heal versus damage.
I
But
don't think so.
no, okay. I'll try it again next time I do short rest.
Oh,
Maybe I
really?
just misclicked.
I don't know. I've not messed with short rest on D&D Beyond a lot. So, roll a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Okay. I can
All of
do
us?
that.
Yes.
I'm all right at that. 16.
Okay.
Just because it matters. It's whatever potentially affecting us of magical means.
Affecting
Just
where?
why? Oh, she's the only one that needs to make a
Correct.
charisma. I got you.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And make an investigation check, please, Potom.
That was 13.
Okay. So while the two of you are bandaging your wounds, Potom is rummaging through the rat's nest. And you do find some things. I mean, you find a lot of garbage. It's largely garbage. But you do find some stuff in there. You find, I'm going to say, 2 gold pieces worth of loose coin in a sort of a mangled pouch. Looks like one of these rats was a collector of shinies. And I will just go further to say that in my campaign, I'm not going to make you like keep track of 8 copper pieces and 25 silver pieces and things like that. Like, I'm going to bulk coins. So if you find a chest with 100 platinum worth of coins, I'm not going to describe for you all the different coins in there. So this is not 2 gold pieces, but it is 2 gold pieces worth of loose change.
It's fungible. It's
Yeah. You find a non-fungible token worth
yeah.
an estimated 2 gold pieces today, but guaranteed to go up in value. And while you're sort of waist deep in this rat nest, you wake up and you feel wiped.
Yes.
Like deeply exhausted. But you're alive, and your friends are alive. So that's that.
Something happened. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That happened. All right. What's up, team?
All right. So you woke up. Where are your hit points at? Air.
Air wakes up. She surveys the area, looks down at her abdomen, and there's a number of notable
Puncture wounds
from the rats, and she's sitting at 6 out of 11 hit points.
Did the short rest apply then?
She did take a short rest. Unfortunately, that does nothing to her.
Okay.
Air already used her hit die
Yeah,
in the last short rest.
unhelpful for this particular
Okay.
situation.
Could the medicine check help her in any way, or no?
No, so there is a feat you can take at some point that makes you a healer with a medicine check, which,
Gotcha.
but that's a more
That's
advanced.
later?
That's a more advanced feat.
Okay.
You have to attain a level of expertise,
You know what's called?
and then you need a healing kit
Gotcha.
as well to do that. So no, not
Okay.
right now.
So maybe something to keep in mind, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
or just keep your healers alive
Oh yeah, maybe that's
in combat. That
Right.
this may be a good time to start thinking about your tactics.
Yeah.
Because you've been swatted down pretty good a couple times here
Ouch.
by
we're
little
approaching this wrong.
sewer critters.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So as a reminder, there's just one exit to this room as well, so you can kind of obviously see where to go next. And the exit of this room is a more steeply rising pathway than what you've seen since your first entrance, at least. It's not quite to the point of stairs, but it is let's call it a ramp at this point, headed up. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And the magical lights here are strangely less frequent. And as you proceed, you see that is because someone or something has pried or torn them out of the wall. Not all of them, but every other or every third magical light has been defaced in some way. So there is less light in this passageway moving forward than you have had up to this point.
Okay. Are all these passageways feeling? Are we? I guess we're not going like deeper down.
No, you're moving up.
Oh right. Yeah.
You have been
because-
steadily moving uphill
Okay.
against
Oh,
the
right,
flow of
because-
the water.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Well, we've got to move forward. So I'll go in front. I'm doing well. I have my bell rung, but I'm back up to capacity.
Time to tank.
Yeah, exactly. Well, move
Yeah.
on forward.
Okay.
Yeah, when our tank goes down, that's probably a bad sign. That we're doing something-
I think that she
something
can
else.
still help out, though. I think she's got
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, I got a second rage.
And you have, second wind yet?
I don't know. I don't think that I do.
No, second wind's a fighter ability. She's a
Okay.
barbarian.
Oh,
Okay. Rage.
Be pretty sweet though.
Right.
Pretty sweet if you did.
Yeah.
multi-class.
So we'll say Panda's kind of hanging toward the back.
Yeah, so is Potter.
She's a little nervous.
And air. Was just like,
He's not nervous.
Yeah, we're all just like just walking slower.
He's still blissfully aloof, but has decided that maybe hanging in the back is the best place to be.
Yeah.
Pando is aware that she does not have any healing spells left at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you guys not get killed while I go?
see,
We'll try.
this mean the
Do your
resistance
best.
to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. So if I was raged,
All right, we're back, and we are proceeding. So you have a fairly steep grade the passageway proceeding ahead of you, and it is becoming dimmer as you move forward. We've got Freya taking point. What's the order from there?
Good question.
I think we need air in the middle, honestly.
Okay.
You know, maybe our
That's
two
fair. Yeah.
you know, both of our healers together taking up the rear.
Yeah.
For now.
Bottom and Panda were just
Or
kind of
like
walking
walking
next.
Okay, so as you climb, you once again, ahead of you, hear the sound of rushing water. It's a different pitch than in the room before, but still sounds powerful. So I guess the way I would frame it is, in the previous room, it sounded like a high pressure torrent of water. This sound is deeper. It feels like a large volume of water rather than a concentrated spray is kind of the sound. Like a heavy waterfall kind of sound versus like a
Fire hose.
Yeah. So that's what you hear up ahead of you, but you cannot see anything up ahead of you yet.
All right, well, we keep going.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. Well, you get to the kind of the top of this rise, and you see before you a room about it's about a 20-foot square. This room, however, it looks like something has gone wrong, because what you see is the center of this room. Most of the floor of this room is made up of a massive iron grate in the floor, similar to others that you've seen, but this one is easily 20 feet across. And the entire room is flooded. So the water here is probably about, you're going to guess, 5 to 6 feet deep. And some of it was spilling down the passageway that you came up, because again, obviously there's a channel that runs through the center of all these passageways. But it is also spilling out another passageway that you see to the right. And it is coming down the hill from a passageway you see to your left. So basically you're facing into a room that has 5 or 6 feet of water on the ground. There is no way for you, it's covering any walkways or anything, there's no way for you to walk around it. The water is flowing down from your left and then down a passageway to your right. And in the middle, it looks like this grate has been blocked up in different ways. Lots of the same kind of garbage and detritus that you saw the rat's nest made of. And so it's not draining properly, but instead it's sort of swirling slowly, like kind of a big, slowly spinning whirlpool. So some of the water is getting sucked down into the grate, but much of it is now flooding down this other passageway.
Is the area to the left where the water is coming down?
Yep.
Is that so steep that we would not be able to walk up it if we could?
No, that one's very similar. That one's very similar to the pathway you just climbed up.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a continuation of the same sewer system.
And that's the one. There's a lot of
There's water coming down, which could potentially be like mitigated or slowed, right? If we
Well, and I will tell you that the water that's coming down that channel, that passageway, is not dramatically more than any of the other flows you've seen here. But the fact that this grate is heavily clogged up is what has created this flooding and all that kind of garbage on the grate. Otherwise, you suspect normally this would just be dumping down this grate, and very little would be flowing on further down the passage.
How deep is the water?
5 to 6 feet.
Does Potham need to crawl into my back?
Potham is starting to look for a way to unblock the grate.
Yeah, right.
He just can't help himself.
Well, I know. It is a job for Potham. Do you want to crawl into my back and I can walk you out closer?
Sure.
Okay.
You might have to free some garbage. It'll greatly enhance the ability for this water to drain out if we clear the garbage.
Let's clear the garbage, Bottom. Crawling up.
All right, so you are getting on Freya's back.
Yeah.
And Freya, you're jumping in the water.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because I assume I'm more than 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
I am more than 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
would
My
say
head's
your
gonna be
head kind of
above
pokes
water.
above the
Pokes
water.
above the
yeah.
water, and Bottom's standing on my shoulder, so he's able to see down into the
But
water.
you are still kind of swimming at this point. I don't think you're. It's
Well-
not like chest height and you're just marching along.
Okay. So hold on a
I
second.
mean, unless you're like
the other thing
8
that I'm
feet
wondering.
tall, and I
I think
wasn't.
you're like
I
8
thought-
feet tall.
Oh, am I? I thought I was. Yeah, I thought I
go to
was
your
like.
description.
I thought I was. 6.5 to 7 feet tall.
I mean, if you're 7
Oh.
feet.
Nope. She says that it says that her size is medium.
Oh, okay, never mind. So hold on a second then.
Where do I find how tall I am? Because I think I put that
You
in.
get to decide.
Description.
But as a medium creature, you're not like 10 feet tall.
Oh, but I could be 7 feet tall as a
course.
medium.
Yeah, of
Okay, I'm like 7 feet tall. The the other thing that I'm actually wondering right before I jump in here, before he crawls up, is it possible for me to freeze some of this water so that we
I'm
could walk out
6'7".
onto it?
I think
You
I
say
just.
so.
I mean,
I think
you
I
could
just pulled it out.
you could try, but I would say you
What's
probably
your
have
race
enough
again?
experience with
What's
your
that? What's
breath
your race?
weapon to know that it's not going to freeze this volume of water
Okay.
to a level that like
Would be.
there's an iceberg you can stand on. Like
Okay.
you'd probably
Yeah, it's
freeze
cool.
a sheet of ice over the top,
Okay.
but it's going to get swept away pretty quickly.
So if it's 5 to 6
You're-
feet, it's not
6'7",
necessarily. I'm
you know,
comfortably.
but-
My head is comfortably above water, and Potom can stand on my shoulders comfortably
Yeah.
to be able to go out to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as comfortable as you can be wading into sewage.
Well, yeah, there's
Definitely.
that. She's cool though.
Yeah.
She's fine with that. She'll deal with it.
We'll just start it. We'll just start the air freshener.
Yes,
now.
right.
All right, so in you go. As you take your first step in there, you notice there is a current
Okay.
here. So you're moving towards the center where the blockage is, the center of this grate, and you're feeling a pull in this kind of
A swirling pull.
a swirling pull. Yep, and a pull towards that other passageway that's leading down, but not.
As I'm holding onto your head,
Yeah.
squatting on your shoulder. As we get to the middle, physics says that the current will be far less.
So I'm going to ask you to make an athletics check
Oh.
to
Which is good because I get.
kind of
Nice
muscle
little
your
bonus
way
for an
through
athletics
the
check.
water, please.
You could lop off the whole foot and it'd still be a little bit on the
Oh,
side.
there we go.
I know. I don't. So apparently,
22.
22. Okay.
That is until we free the grade. Then it'll be potentially bad for us.
So with a 22, it's really no problem. Like you just kind of muscle your way right to the center, and Potom, it doesn't take long for you to identify a lot of what is covering this is what almost looks like a waxed tarp. Clearly got swept down here at some point, and it just landed in a way across some of these branches and things
I feel like
that it
it's been reading
has sealed
somewhere.
off almost half of this
I don't know why I
thing.
did that.
So, like, your guess is that either slashing or yanking away this tarp is going to change the game. Most of the rest of what's here it would get sucked down into the grate pretty easily. It's just holding the tarp down.
And the grate isn't. I mean, it would prevent us from getting sucked down. Correct?
Oh yeah, I mean you're having to walk slightly carefully on it
Yeah.
because the holes in the grate are big enough that like if your foot slipped in there, you turn an ankle pretty good. But it's meant to like prevent bodies from going down.
If we pop a bunch of holes, we won't have to move the tarp.
Potom, I like how you think. What should we poke holes with? My javelin?
Which is far better than me attaching a dagger to my quarterstaff.
Here, you can use my javelin.
Okay. So, yeah, I will carefully, standing on her shoulder, pop holes in the
Okay,
tarp.
very good. I'm going to ask you to make one more athletics check because as you do this, the flow is continuing to pull against you, and it
8.
takes a little while. Okay. So as this happens, you start to feel fatigued, and you know it before anything bad happens. So with an 8, I'm not going to say you're like sucked down, but you're getting tired, and he's still working on this.
Okay. But the water is starting to go lower.
Yeah,
Starting.
but the pull is also increasing.
Okay.
So I need you to tell me what you're doing.
All
about
right.
that.
Well, what I've done is as the water's going slightly lower, I'm just splayed out a little bit more. So he's using my javelin. What's around us? Param.
I mean, nothing's around you except swirling water and garbage.
Yeah, swirling water and garbage. I do have a...
Let's see here.
And are the two of you doing anything while this is happening?
That's a good question.
So I feel like we're
Definitely not in the water.
standing back. But I do want to disclose that apparently, and I had to have decided this at some point, Pando is 6'7",
Oh,
Oh.
lanky. Yeah.
which we confirmed that those elves are tall, but that's
Not that
very
tall.
So it's willowy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Didn't even know.
I like it.
Yeah,
I didn't either, because I was,
No.
well, apparently I'm broad enough that I was standing out when we're both
Wow.
like 7 feet tall.
So there's really like just two of these
Giant.
giant.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's like
And then
a
there's
3-foot gnome.
Yeah, little 3 feet.
And a gnome and a very slight drow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Okay.
We're a motley crew. Okay, well, what I'm doing is I have just hunkered down and I'm holding on, and I'm like,
You're
Potham,
bracing
seriously,
yourself.
we seriously gotta.
You could.
I need you to hurry, Potham.
Use your wit to,
Like Thornwhit?
to like try to.
Oh yeah,
if
would
necessary.
that work? Could you
I think that
not
you-
whip me, but throw it out to me so I could hold
Yes,
on?
it's
Actually,
It's a
I have
cantrip.
a crowbar, and so you could just
Only
loop
say-
it around one of the holes
That's here,
and
that's
hold
the
yourself
thing.
steady.
Okay.
Soaked in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Potham hands you a crowbar. You jam it in to one of the holes in the grate and brace yourself.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to make one more athletics check at disadvantage this time because of your relative exhaustion.
15 and 20, so 15.
Okay. So the crowbar does it for you. You brace yourself. You kind of grit your dragony teeth, and Potham hustles.
I move from her shoulder onto her back, so there's a little bit broader place to stand on, relieving the tension on her shoulder.
Without much additional struggle, you manage to poke enough holes that the water drains down. And at this point, it's maybe 2 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
It looks like any risk here has largely passed. You certainly could, at this point, invest more time in clearing away the drain, but it is no longer a barrier to you proceeding. So at that point, it would be more like a civil engineering project.
So Potham stays and
We can charge the city. Somebody make a record.
What about just an investigation? Is there any more gold coins in there?
Oh, yeah.
I
Why
mean,
Can we
not?
just rummage around in it?
You
for a second?
can rummage in garbage, sure.
I will.
that
Well, apparently
investigation
Potham is not above that.
No.
Being that he's so short, close to
Neither's
the ground.
Freya. At this point, she really needs some cash. So,
17.
Is that
I mean, you
investigation?
really look through this trash very closely, and you do not find anything about it.
Okay.
No.
I get it.
But you're pretty confident that if there was any, you would
I would
have
have
found
found it.
All right. So you have cleared my whirlpool trap. Now you have a choice. You can either proceed downslope to your right or upslope to your left.
we want to keep going up, don't we?
That's my understanding, is that we're trying to get up to those
It's
houses.
Potham is going to start looking for any evidence of our friend that we're looking for.
Okay.
Oh, I forget his
Investigation check or
Oh.
survival check.
Toblerone?
Sure. Tanboom?
Tanbu.
Tombo.
Until we're on.
Where did a Swedish kid get that?
It's a very triangular Swedish kid. 20.
Okay.
Not a natty.
That will still get you some information. So, although the flow of water had obscured some of this, as you move to the ascending passageway, you can see some pretty clear scuff marks in the kind of the mud and scum that had built up around this flooding. And yeah, obviously footprints or boot prints more like have gone this way. They sort of scrambled on the slope for a little bit. Looks like somebody slid. You can actually see kind of a handprint where they caught themselves.
Okay.
We found evidence in the passageway going up of some footprints and handprints. I think we should go that way.
Sounds good. I'm for it.
Okay. You proceed up at the top of this slope, which you do reach without a great deal of problem. You see that the theme of lights being vandalized has continued, and it is growing darker and darker as you move along. So at this point, it is barely what could be considered dim light. If you do not have dark vision, you are starting to struggle to see ahead of you.
Does it have dark vision?
I do.
I have dark vision to 60 feet.
Freya, do you have dark vision as a dragonborn? I don't recall.
It would be right.
You're the only one I'm unsure of.
No, you don't.
Okay. So everyone except Freya can still see okay in here, but at this point you're seeing more in shades of gray.
Sure.
And Freya, you're starting to struggle to see. Are
So
you still
Probably
taking
should
point?
not be on
I was going to
point.
say, so Panda walks up so that she is next to Freya because I can see a little bit clearer.
Actually,
You have
Air
to tell me what to do.
notices Freya starting to stumble around a little more and casts dancing light.
Okay, great. So
Nice.
a series of glowing sort of magical puffballs appear and start floating around. And you can kind of move those where you want up to...
Immediately in front of Air as we... Or sorry, immediately in front of Freya as we were walking, I suppose.
Okay. So they're kind of operating as dim torches, which corrects the imbalance in light here, and you're able to see as you move forward. You, at this point, proceed largely straight. The path is not ascending much anymore. And as you get a little bit further along, I think Pando, you've got the highest passive perception. Let's see.
Yeah, I think I have
Yeah,
plus
16. So because you've moved up near the front,
Is it up top?
you're
Actually,
the one who
14, but
hears. I have her as 16. She's got
Oh,
passive
yeah.
Sorry.
insight.
Oh, yep.
You, Pando, you hear up ahead of you sort of rough voices talking. There's a little bit of an echo down the corridor, and it's still far enough away that you can't see where they're coming from.
Okay.
But you do hear sort of deep male voices talking.
So then I would inform everybody. Guys,
Listen up.
I hear some talking. I can't tell if they're happy or angry, but they are definitely male voices, and they are not that far ahead of us. Would I roll anything to be able to try to discern what it is they're saying?
Sure. If you want to kind of pause and listen, make a perception check.
And that's when I would hit the +6 next to regular perception, right?
Yep.
Strong 8.
Strong 8. Yeah, and there's a lot of weird echoes down here, and so you know they're ahead of you.
Yeah.
You can't really identify how many voices there are. You can't make out the words. Basically, you got warning that
Yeah.
there's somebody ahead.
So then I'm just going to warn everybody that there is definitely somebody ahead. I know we're going the right direction, but be prepared because we might encounter something in the near future.
How are you proceeding?
Can we proceed any more cautiously?
Right.
Well, I mean, up to this point, you have not proceeded cautiously. You have
Right.
just walked in.
Recklessly.
You have
Right.
just walked into
Right.
rooms, and so
Okay,
that's
yeah.
a thing you can do.
Okay. Is that we can peek around
Let's
the corner?
reevaluate.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots
Yeah,
of you can
okay.
you can
Okay.
move stealthily.
Yeah.
You could
I think
You're like,
She can't move, so.
no.
no.
So
A little bit. I mean, a little bit.
You have options other than just
Not compared
marching
to
forward
elves,
into a
but-
room.
Right.
yeah.
No.
Bang on.
Yeah. Okay. So
Let's
So I'm
approach cautiously.
Right.
Right.
But so we're coming. It's like a tunnel that we're coming up into, and we can.
Yeah, I mean,
hear-
you're basically just there is again a continuing hallway here.
Okay.
Okay.
From time to time, there's much smaller pipes up here. Many much smaller pipes that
Yes.
are entering this flow. This is kind of the top of the channel, and so Potom, I would say you probably assume, and Pando, you may get a sense of this as well because you've lived here for a long time. But your engineering mind would assume that at this point the pipes you're seeing come down are coming directly from buildings right above you.
or
So-
like individual.
So we're very
Yeah.
close to
instead
the...
of a collective. We're
Yeah,
towards
so
the end of
you're
the
you're
branches.
probably feeling like you're near the top, and in fact, in places you actually see a little bit of light, natural light, coming in through small grates here and there.
Is there?
No, go.
Oh, sorry. Can Air roll to see? Maybe made this distinction. If the voices are coming from the pipes or if they're coming from the
You can attempt
Or
to
attempt to
listen. Make a
discern.
perception check.
direction. Oof. I actually don't think. Oh yeah, it's 13.
So it is confusing.
A lot of noise.
But I think these pipes, again, the biggest of these pipes are like this big around at this point. So you have a fairly high level of confidence that that any sounds you're hearing are coming from in the tunnel, unless somebody's like shouting down their toilet or something like that. It could happen.
be.
It could be.
Goldie!
Yeah. Where's my
Hero for a
snake?
fish.
I miss you.
He'll come back. He'll come back. I know he will.
I just call for him every day.
Can Panda roll to see if there is, like, some way up and out without having to proceed down the tunnel? Because you have all these different pipes coming in. Is there, like, an opening or a ladder or something?
There is
Manhole or something.
nothing that you've passed thus far.
Okay.
So there has been no obvious sewer exit here. This is all just basically plumbing stacks coming from homes or buildings, and the occasional very small like storm sewer grate. But it doesn't even look like the kind that you have seen on streets before. So this is more like somebody's garden drainage or like roof drainage or something like that. It again, hard to know what it looks like on top
Sure.
because you're not there. But there's no obvious exit from these sewers
Okay.
that you're seeing.
Should, like, one person scout out ahead who's, like, particularly stealthy and quiet? I don't, that might be me.
I could go ahead.
Yeah.
But you don't have many hit points, so if something happens,
Scroll down a little bit. Okay. Weirdly, I don't think any of us are really particularly
Like,
stealthy.
Yeah, I'm, like, +1 in it.
it's still.
I'm actually only
Yeah.
plus 2.
I think Potom's advantage is that
Potom is
tiny.
small.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's his advantage.
Yeah.
And he's very observant.
Yeah, I think that
Potom is a
Potom
good
will
scout.
volunteer for that and
Good luck.
scout ahead.
Okay.
Right.
Very good. Then I have two questions. First,
How would you like to die?
how far ahead are you? How far behind Potom are you staying or pausing? Like,
Or
'Cause-
you guys just wait until I get back.
Well,
well,
how
even
about-
that is my question,
well,
right?
I
So,
would
like, how
say
far
do-
away are you letting this little guy
You know
go
what? So
from
here,
you?
so I would maybe like 60 feet. That's about how fast I can dash.
Yeah.
You know, I
60.
can dash 60 feet.
That
So
works. It's also
yeah.
how far you can see roughly
Right.
in this
Keep him in
light.
sight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, good. So you're keeping him in sight. Very good. Then I would like the three of you to make a stealth check.
Okay, yeah. 60 feet isn't that long.
And
Isn't that
then-
far, I guess.
Potom, I would like
come
you to make a stealth check separately. So we've got
I'm a 12.
I am a liability.
Okay, that's going to be a thing. we're gonna address that in a moment. So a 12,
13.
13, and a 3, and a 2.
I also have the advantage that I look like a rock.
That is true.
Mossy rock.
Yeah. Okay,
Natural
so
camouflage.
here's
They might think you're an actual Rolling Stone, though. So it like,
here's what goes down. You all hold back from Potom, and you're largely moving quietly. I mean, particularly for Freya, this is quiet. But Pando, I think you're a little distracted by all of this, like looking and trying to figure out where are we and are there exits here. And I think you just trip on an exposed pipe and fall. And it's not loud, but it's a big splash. You make a splash. And it's enough that everybody kind of turns and looks at you like, fuck. Sorry, guys. And you feel really bad about it until a moment later you hear about 60 feet ahead of you in the tunnel like a loud clanging noise as one of Podham's many tools falls off of his vest and goes tung 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 down
my wrench.
And then you hear him say, "Oh, my wrench!" and he goes to pick it up. Now, Podham, is at this moment, it's roughly this same moment. I think that what distracted you into stumbling a bit and dropping your wrench is that you walk into not a huge room, a room slightly smaller than the room where you fought the snake. So it's really only maybe 15 feet wide and about 10 feet deep. You walk into an oddly cozy room. It's not pretty, but like this is clearly a place where people have been squatting for some time. Ooh. So there's a small sort of fire built in the corner with a little pot hanging over it. Nice. There are some kind of makeshift bedrolls in the corner. There is another exit behind, so there's an entrance to this room, and then it continues up. But in this chamber, it basically looks like a small campsite. And you see in this campsite three men, two of them kind of sitting around the campfire, sort of stirring the pot. One laying, kind of lounging in one of the bedrolls, and a rather grizzled-looking gnoll, sort of standing. Looks like he was just going to fill up a tankard with something, a small keg that they've got breached in the corner.
Sewer water.
Delicious.
And the last thing that you notice is kind of laying on a pile of blankets and rags in the other corner is a teenage boy. And you can see at a glance that he has blood on his head, and he's not moving. This is the moment when you drop your wrench.
Oh my gosh.
As you step into near the shadows and peer into this room and see, and immediately this gnoll turns, splashing some of its ale that it just poured, and yells out, "Who there? On your feet, idiots! Boss Ronth detects an intruder." And Boss Ronth is going to start stomping in your direction. These two get up and turn and grab what look like short swords. This person kind of groggily stands up, looks a little drunk, and grabs a club off the ground, and they all start moving in your direction.
Perfect.
It's hard to tell if they can see you because you are in the shadows, but they certainly heard you. And they're a good 25. I mean, Boss Ronth is a good 25 feet from you. The others are a little further down. So you're still in the hallway, but you can see into the room.
Can I would like to hide. Knowing that I look very much like a rock.
Go over to the
side. I'm gonna. Well, here's what I'll say. You can attempt this.
Okay.
But looking around, you're in a sort of well-constructed, relatively clean, like it's all constructed stone here. There's not like boulders nearby. So there's not an obvious place for you to hide without looking a little out of place. So you'll be relying on them really not paying attention. But I'll give you one alternative. if you want to try to jam yourself in one of the larger pipes, I will let you attempt that because you are little.
Yeah. I'll attempt that.
Okay. Here's how that's going to go down. I would like you to first make an acrobatics check to see if you can wriggle your way into a very tight space.
Not a problem. 21.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a natty 20.
very nice.
We
Okay.
needed that.
So, thinking fast, you look around and see a pipe, and you just eyeball it, and you're like, "Yep, that's gonna work." Measure twice, fit once, and you just squish yourself in. Flavor question: head first or feet first?
Oh. I think that he's going to go head first.
I love it. I'm not gonna punish you for this. I just want to know how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that just naturally he'd be like, whoop,
Yep. All right. So
with the whole intention that once he got in there that he was going to attempt to turn around.
And then
But maybe that works and maybe it doesn't.
we're gonna
He's
find out.
ready to grab his leg and yank him out
We're
at
gonna
some
find
point.
out. So you all don't see this, but
Okay.
but what the audience sees is the gods.
our podcast listeners.
Yes, our many listeners.
Me.
Potom sees Boss Ronth moving in his direction, looks around once, twice, and then just goes bloop, and jams himself in a mostly dry pipe. And you fit in there just fine. So I'm gonna let you roll another stealth check at advantage.
Jeez.
And please roll well for this.
Please.
Because I want...
Oh,
Another
yay!
natty 20.
Oh
21.
my god.
Or a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
So, yeah, no problem. So here's how this goes down. And you all hear this, because you're only 60 feet away. You hear the loud voice of Boss Ronth as he moves out into the hallway, and he's standing right next to your pipe when he stops and kind of,
It smells like shit.
yeah. I know I heard something. You idiots scared it off. Might have been dinner. And he turns around and marches back into the room. Oh. Turns around and begins marching back into the room.
I think I'm going to shoot him with my crossbow in the ankle.
Okay. All right.
Taking advantage of that I'm here.
Fine. So I'm going to say, as I said, you got in there with 2 natural 20s. So I'm going to say you just kind of wriggle yourself backwards out of the pipe. And
Oh, I'm out. I guess what my intention was to turn around. Or at
the
least...
pipe is too narrow for you to... Like,
Okay.
you inserted yourself into a pipe in which you fit.
Okay.
But it's not like...
Shoot between your legs.
Right. That was the intention.
But I will let you wriggle out and then kind of reinsert. So you're hidden.
Okay.
This is going to be a surprise attack.
Yeah.
He does not know you're attacking. So you may roll at advantage to shoot Boss Ronth in the leg with your crossbow.
Ugh.
This is your time to shine.
Right? I know. And all those 20s were used to get myself in there. Now I shoot him with an 11.
Yeah, that's not a good shot.
No, no, it's not.
So here's how this goes down. You fire, and the sound of your crossbow bolt going twing, and then the bolt skipping off of the stone of the ground causes him to go, ah! And he begins to turn. I'm going to have you roll initiative. In fact, I'm going to have everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
But if your initiative is faster than his, I'm going to give you a chance to duck back into the pipe.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, good. Mine's 16.
Potom, what is your initiative roll?
19.
Ah.
Why is this not? Oh, here we go. 19. Air?
16.
16. Well, look at you all rolling all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
Yeah.
Freya,
I'm a 16.
Unusual.
16. Pando,
8.
8. Still better than your 3 last time.
Right.
We're on the upswing here.
The trajectory is right.
All right. Potom, you do act first. So you can do whatever you want. But
Shoot him again?
He has not turned to see. He has not yet seen you.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay, very good. Shoot him again. At this time, you do not get advantage.
Okay.
Because he is alerted and on the defensive. But you can attempt to shoot him.
22.
22 hits.
Good.
Wow, that just
Do
happened.
your damage.
Oh, 2 points
2
of damage.
points of damage against
You just
Boss
Really
Ron.
hurt that
You're
big
just-
toe.
Pot is
Right.
a lover, not a fighter.
He is.
And once again, we find him at the point of the spear.
Bonus action hide.
Section 9.
Is that a thing you can do as an artificer?
As just any bonus action, I should be able to hide.
I
Or
think
is a hide? I don't know.
That's what rogues do, but maybe
No.
you can.
Nope, as a bonus action, I guess I have 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah, you've been roguing a long time.
You're right, I have been roguing
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, it's easy to forget how cool rogues are
Yeah.
with the cool rogue stuff.
I guess.
Dodge.
Super cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to move?
Yeah.
You're not within weapon range of him, and your friends are 60 feet behind you.
I'm going to run 30 feet back and and be like, ah!
Okay.
They know we're here!
Guys.
I saw the boy! They know we're here!
So when we roll
They.
the same...
No one knows who they are.
Yeah.
Except you.
Right.
How many are there?
Like there was this hidden cabal you were all chasing.
Right.
We finally uncovered their secret lair.
When we roll the same for initiative, how do we?
Well, you're up
decide?
next.
Okay.
Yep. You're
Well,
next in
so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 30 feet forward because I can.
Then you
and
find
then
yourself standing right next to Potom,
Next
who
to
is
Potom,
panicking.
and I have a javelin as a melee weapon, which is a 30-foot range on there, and I'd like to throw the javelin at Boss. What's his name?
Boss Ronth.
One problem.
Lots.
Can you see him?
That's a really good question. And if it's a 30-foot range, Potom ran 30 feet and you were 60 feet away, and Boss Ronth was not in range of him. So he is not currently in range of you.
Okay, well, how about a boomerang then? That's 60 feet.
I didn't know you owned a boomerang,
I
but I'm
do.
thrilled to learn it.
I own a boomerang.
Just because I love flavor weapons,
Yeah,
we set her up with a
I
boomerang.
love it. Yeah, it's the traditional hunting weapon of
your
the
people.
Silver Dragonborn.
Well, no,
on the
it's
plains.
actually not. But
No,
I
love it.
I was on a ship for a really long time. I salvaged it from another fighter that was going to be sold as a gladiator.
I dig it. All right, chuck your boomerang.
Chucking my
at this guy.
boomerang. Ooh, 21
Yeah, that definitely hits. Do your damage.
damage. Oh, 1.
All right. So the theme of death by 1,000 cuts continues as you annoy Boss Ron with your boomer. It hits him in the arm, and he's like, "Ah,
Ow!
that will likely leave a bruise." These
By
rats.
tomorrow.
Curse these rats. Curse these boomerang throwing rats. And does the boomerang return? Is there a description in?
Simple range.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
what
I
it's
mean,
designed to do.
If the weapon description does not say as such.
Then it,
Also, I don't think boomerangs return when they hit things.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They
sure.
return
on
if
a,
you
no,
miss.
on a miss, a
Yeah.
boomerang returns
Okay.
to the thrower's hand.
Well, so it does not. It hits his arm and then it falls on the ground.
Awesome.
Yeah.
one damage.
And he looks at
The
it.
worst possible thing that could happen.
He's
with
like,
my
"Is that a
boomerang?"
boomerang? Who throws a shoe?" All right. Air, it is your turn.
Okay.
You are.
Okay,
Your
time to.
two companions are 30 feet ahead of you here.
And Boss Man is 60 feet.
A little more than 60 feet.
Well, luckily. Oh, so I can't see him. Can I
No,
step forward?
you can see Boss Ronth because he's in the hallway at this point, but none of you can really see into the room at this point.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna do something which as a warlock is kind of unusual. Or sorry, the fact that I haven't done it yet is kind of unusual.
Totally agree. I was just waiting for this moment.
This is the situation where you're supposed to use it. I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Love it. Do it.
Ooh, what is
That is,
21.
that is the warlock's go-to cantrip.
Yeah.
It's just
What is it called?
spamming Eldritch Blast all day long. That's the spell. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
Yeah. This is weird. I'm not used to drawing such a large dice.
D10, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty
I
good.
have to confirm this is the D10. Yeah, okay. 5, and I don't get any bonus. I don't
Not
think
yet, I
take anything
think.
to it.
Yeah, later you.
5.
5 damage. All right.
Better than 1.
So after
Certainly.
after taking a crossbow to the thigh, the back of his thigh, and a boomerang,
A bruise to the
a bruised arm, a pretty significant punch of
like, oh,
eldritch energy
that's good.
blasts into his back, and finally Boss Ron
It's like,
turns
okay.
around and looks down the hallway like, "What the fuck?" And at this point,
I did not imagine it.
he will also yell back into the room, "Get out here, morons!" And these sort of thugs will move into the hallway. They don't move. They can't move far enough to really make a great deal of progress. This one though is gonna. He's gonna pull back just a little bit. So let's rearrange just a bit here so we can use our grid. We're in a hallway situation here now, so just trying to visualize that.
Don't know. Denote the edges of the hallway.
Yeah, let's use those. That's great. So it's a relatively wide hallway. So they make it to about here, and that's where our friend Boss Ronth is, and you all are still kind of out here. But we have Pando still pretty far back. We have Freya and Potom, and we've got Air kind of back here. Cool. Now it is Boss Ronth's turn. He is going to blindly charge forward into the darkness. 5.
I assume Knowles have dark vision.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That gets him here.
All the cool races have dark vision.
All the cool races. He charges up here and gets right up to within range of you. And he's not... Boss Ronth does not worry about small things. So he is going to just rage out, and he is hefting, it looks like a hammer on that mini, but he's hefting a large two-handed spear in his hand with sort of a jagged tip.
Okay.
And he jabs it right at you. And as he does, he yells, "Get out of my sewer!"
Your sewer.
And that is a 14 to hit.
Yep.
That does.
What? Wait.
What's your armor class?
12.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness, yeah.
I don't have armor on.
That's true.
I'm just my natural skin
You are
is
your
my
armor.
armor right now.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And that, so that's,
We'll
he's
need to
using
address
it
that at some point.
two-handed.
I gain ability to wear armor as I get
Oh, I see.
higher.
He
Yeah.
does 8 points of piercing damage
Oh
to you.
man.
He jams the spear into your side.
Air's like calculating, like, maybe she should cut her losses here. Just
Right.
leave
Air's
you
like,
guys.
this is-
You know, this
has
has been
been-
cool. I don't know if adventuring is really for me.
Right.
I'm gonna go back to my bean counting.
Pando, it is your turn. Your friends have just engaged a pretty brutal and angry gnome about 30 feet ahead of you.
So Panda goes, "Oh God, we're fighting again," and then she's gonna throw her thorn whip at the boss.
Okay, what's the range on your thorn whip?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah, so you can stay right where you are if you want to do that.
She doesn't want to do that.
Okay, very good.
Perfect.
Make your attack. Yeah, 8 is not successful. I think Pando, very concerned about accidentally hitting her friends, just overcompensates a little bit, and the whip kind of takes a little bit of the ceiling off. Some moss up there. Anything else on your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else on my turn.
Then, Potom, it is your turn. Bosranth is up in your grill and has just delivered a vicious spear thrust to your friend.
Well, let's inflict a vicious quarterstaff thrust into his neck.
Okay, do it.
Just a quick little...
Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to... So there's risk-reward here. If you were to move behind him, these guys are coming, but you would get advantage for
Well, let's
flanking.
just move off to the side of him so that we at least get that advantage.
Okay.
Because that's still flanking.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll give you that.
Well, it's good that we...
Good that we did that, quarterstaff.
It's not that good.
Yeah,
Was a
right.
6 hit?
Yeah.
It truly does not.
No.
Yeah. This is where you notice as you kind of bash at him with your quarterstaff. You hit him with it. But this is where you notice that he has pretty heavy-duty hide armor on, like sort of thick layers of leather and fur are covering him, and they just sort of buffer all that.
Strength is just as not my strong points.
Yeah.
And I'm 3 foot tall.
Yeah, and once again, we find you here, deep in the melee.
What?
Yeah, this is
The what is a quarterstaff to me is actually just a wee stick.
It's just a he's beating him with a walking stick. Freya, it is your turn.
Well, Freya's gonna rage, and she's gonna hit him with her great axe.
Good, love it. This is the appropriate response to a barbarian.
Don't forget
And,
about DPS.
and we add 2, so it's 16 plus 2.
Nope.
Oh,
No, wait.
You do that to damage, so it's
Oh.
16.
16.
So
And then
16
damage.
hits is the good news.
Okay.
And now you can do your damage and
No.
add 2 to whatever you
Come on. 11,
Yeah.
15, 16, 17.
17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
I
We're
know.
talking.
Okay.
I know.
So at this point, Freya's had it.
Right.
This has been a long walk through a
She's not going
messy
unconscious
sewer.
twice today.
She has been embarrassed by rats.
Right.
She's not happy about it, and so when she helps yank this spear tip out of her, she just lets out an unearthly howl and whips her great axe around and chops it, and it just lodges itself in Bosrank's chest. One full blade of the axe is just buried in his chest. It's gone, and he gives kind of a wheezing inhaled breath, and he goes, "Boss!" and then just falls over dead.
I like it. This is what we should
Ooh,
do.
just to
That's
add a
what-
little flavor, as he
Executed.
says, boss, I think that she should pull the axe out, 1 foot on his chest, pulls the axe out,
Love it.
and that's where he falls back.
And that's, everything just goes.
Yeah,
Oh,
he doesn't
yeah,
have
there's
anything else.
There is a spray of blood
Yeah.
as she kicks the body off, and it just covers Potom.
Yeah.
It just sprays across his face.
Oh, again.
And once again, he's got to
Why
wipe
so much blood and
wipe the
rage?
gore.
I have to charge her for this.
Panda's just 30 feet back going,
it's
Mom has goggles with like little lighters.
it's bad. Freya, do you want to move at all?
Let's see. Do they have to be, like, if... Oh, I guess Potom is right close to me, but we're...
She just like
I don't
shouted
know.
at the other
Well, I'm just worried about my hit points here a little bit, and so I'm thinking if
Run away.
somebody could, well,
Valid concern.
well, if somebody could
Yeah.
send me a little healing, I can meet these guys a little easier.
I don't think there's any healing left.
no.
Oh,
I
no
Yeah.
healing left at all.
Oh, y'all
Yeah,
have burned everything.
that's right.
We
That's
should have
right.
bought some potions.
But
All right.
I can guarantee that you are not going to die.
Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to. I have to stand around. I gotta.
I know,
Those
I
guys,
said that,
those
and then
guys
I
are
was like,
30 back from us.
Yeah.
Don't overpromise.
Those guys are 30 back from us, though. So you know what? At the moment, I'm just gonna hold
Okay.
right there, and we'll let them come to us. I want you guys to catch up with me a little.
Air, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I mean, she walks 30 feet forward down the hall. I don't know how far
Oh,
we would get.
we're.
Oh, are
I'm
you guys
like,
30
that's
feet?
right
Right
up
here.
to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So the end of your movement would be right about there.
Yeah.
Can I shoot over Potom?
Oh, easily, yeah. Potom's not tall.
Just confirming.
Yeah.
You can actually just put your elbow on my head. To
Yeah, right.
Steady.
And you're a rock.
Oh, I thought
So-
you were a rock.
We're gonna be another Eldritch Blast. This might go to range attack if you haven't realized.
Yeah.
14.
14 hits.
Nice. Oof. 3.
Okay. 3 points of damage. So this thug here kind of takes a glancing blow and does not like it.
Good. I didn't mean for him to like it.
Very good. All right. Now, these bandits, or these thugs, are going to charge forward, and you hear him say, "Boss, are you okay?"
Ooh.
5, 10, 15, 20,
That's gonna be awkward.
25,
There.
30.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
kind of split.
Arthritis.
This guy makes it to about here. So these two have they have short swords in their hands. The guy in the back, they don't make it close enough to attack you this turn, but the guy in the back is going to pull out a light crossbow. And he, on sort of seeing what's in front of him, seeing Boss Ronth on the ground, is going to fire off a crossbow bolt at Freya. That is a 16 to hit.
I gotta get you some armor.
Hits. Right.
We'll pitch in.
You will take-
Right.
Well, I need some papers
That's
first, guys.
8 points of piercing damage
Yeah,
reduced to half because
Oh,
you're
4.
raging. So 4 points of piercing damage.
Right. Get two left.
And I will just also say these two, when they get close enough to see what has happened to Boss Roth, look a little shook. Pando, your turn.
Uncertain.
So I'm going to come up on the other side of Freya.
Okay.
And then, how far is the guy at the end of the hall?
About 35 feet.
Drunk guy.
Yeah.
Still got a shot off.
Oh.
Is it possible for me to be one square ahead of where I am right now? No,
Not
that's my
without
next.
using your action to move. Because you've already moved full 30 feet to get there.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I will go with my handy dandy thorn whip on the guy who's closest to me, in front of me.
This guy here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was hoping to take out
That's
the
the guy
crossbow
that has already been hit by an Eldritch Blast. So.
Okay.
Very good. Do your Thorn Whip attack.
14.
14 hits.
Classic.
Classic Thorn Whip. You scratch him viciously across his cheek, and he holds his hand up and he goes, "Ow! That's going to leave a mark.
That's right.
What is happening?" No one is happy. Potom, it's your turn.
I think the Potom will also, with his light crossbow, attack Drunky.
Okay. Fire off a bolt.
Ugh. 6.
6. No. Yeah, goes wide.
Yeah.
He wobbles. He drunkenly wobbles to the side at just the right moment, drunken master monk style. Oh. Yeah. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
I quit.
No, that's it.
I quit D&D. Freya, your turn.
Okay, so what happens? I only have 2 hit points left, just as a newbie question, and we don't have any healing left, and we still have these 2 guys down. So
Run.
what's that?
Good run.
I'm just not a runner.
So I will tell you because again, a lot of us are newer to this. Not every encounter with hostile creatures needs to be a fight. Potom started a fight here,
Right.
and so that's why you're fighting. But it would have been possible potentially to talk to Boss Ron, or
Because he's not that smart. So,
well, he's dead.
Yeah.
well, yeah, no, I mean, just looking back.
But I will also
plus
say,
6 persuasion,
Yeah.
plus 6
Yeah.
deception.
I will also
Oh,
say
and
you are
next.
you're a big scary barbarian.
Yeah.
These two
Just
guys
do,
these 2 guys just walked up and looked pretty shook that their
intimidated.
boss
Yeah, I
that
was
they
just
thought
gonna
was really
say.
tough has a big axe hole in his chest.
Okay.
So you've got some alternatives here.
I do.
As Air said, you could run away. Nobody's currently in your business, so
Got it.
you don't
Thank
have to
you.
be front and center.
Well, I do have a +3 for intimidation, so maybe I'll just look real big here. Can I just try to be scary to him?
Yeah, describe to me. So there's some armed guys in front of you here. You just murdered their boss with a big axe swing. Describe to me what you're saying to them or doing.
Well, I'm covered in blood, and
Yes.
so the blood is splattered. Not just their boss is down on the ground, their boss is gruesomely murdered right in front of them. And I am 7 feet tall, and I'm silver, maybe nothing that they've ever even seen before,
Oh,
because
maybe.
there are not a lot of Dragonborn
These
that
guys
are
don't sound
around
like
in
those.
this. They
No,
don't
no,
even, I am this imposing silver thing with giant weapons. And so I stand up as tall as I possibly can, and I make the most fierce look on my face possible, and make my arms huge.
So you say anything, or is this just pure physical
No,
presence?
it's all...
Okay. Yeah, so this is just barbarian
Yes,
warcraft.
Barbarian warcraft.
Roll an intimidation check.
All right.
At advantage,
At advantage.
because again, Boss Ron lies dead at their feet.
Christ. 4.
Why are
At advantage.
our rolls are so bad?
9.
Yeah, I might have to go back to using physical dice.
I mean, it's...
Is there some like hidden DM setting?
Yeah, I just
like,
turned off the
Right.
players get good rolls.
You're like, all of my rolls are 10 more than theirs.
Plus 10. Plus 10 on my physical dice I've been rolling the whole game.
Hey, I still want to switch it out.
Okay, yeah, so you kind of just scream and rage at these guys, and especially this guy looks, again, shook. Like he is not happy to be doing this. But these two seem to kind of buckle down at this and go, "You killed the boss!" And they're not going
money.
You owe me money, yeah, probably. And that's your turn, unless you want to move or anything. Air, it is your turn.
Well, you know what? How far am I from this guy? 1, 2, 3.
15 feet.
Yeah, 15. You know what I'm just going to do is... So short swords,
They can
we
just
just
hit what's
think
right in
that
front of
he
them.
has short swords, right?
That's all you see him holding.
That's all I
just a
see him
short
holding.
sword.
Okay, I'm just going to stay where I am then.
Okay. Air, you're up.
Okay, well, this is the time,
Here, we need
to
you.
get it all in here, I guess. Although I'm not in the
Feels like
best
we're
shape.
pretty committed to this battle at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
The dice did not want you to scare off
Right.
these bandits.
Yeah, and so last time, so I was able to take a short rest.
You did take a short
Yeah,
rest.
okay.
too.
Then we're going to I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, yep.
That's the one with the tattoos, right?
Yep.
So I asked this question on Discord last time. After the creature with the Hexblade's curse is defeated, do the tattoos go away, or do
So
they stay?
I was thinking about this, and I didn't know the answer to this until I did some writing about your patron. And now I know the answer to this. And the answer is they vanish without question.
Oh, okay.
No traces left
Interesting.
of that interference.
Because I feel like Potham would have definitely harvested some snake skin with special tattoos on it.
Yeah,
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Some really cool boots.
For sure.
Some stylish boots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, sadly, no. They do not outlast the length of the spell itself. Mm-hmm. So, Air, what's up?
So that was a
Hexblade's
bonus.
Curse. Yep.
Yep, bonus action, and then I'm going to move. And I'm going to attack with Booming Blade.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till Booming Blade actually does damage. I mean, actually does bonus damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez, come on. Okay, 8.
Yeah, no, that's
Wow.
that's very disappointing.
Oh
my god. The rolls today, gang. The rolls. Okay, well that's it.
That is it.
So now this bandit who has been wounded and humiliated he's still anxious to come near Freya. He does not want to mess with her, so he's going to move here next to his buddy, and he is going to attack the littlest guy he can see. which is obviously Potham. And that is a 15 to hit.
Every time.
Yeah, it's
just
really
makes it.
it's really good. They're really good at rolling. That is 4 points of slashing damage from his short sword.
Okay, are you sitting all right still?
Oh yeah,
All things
not
considered.
comfortable.
And
We're less than half.
the bandit that you've cursed is going to attack you.
Okay.
Finally, a roll true to form, a 9.
Yes. Okay.
misses.
Finally.
That's how I expected these low-ranking thugs to be rolling most of the time.
They hit every
Rats
time.
and low
They get a
ranking
plus
shots.
3 to hit. Like, these guys should be embarrassed. They are the rats of the humanoid subclass.
Yeah, but rats
Rats almost murdered you.
are troubling.
The rat's got a plus 4 to hit. These guys are a plus 3. All right, doesn't matter. He missed. That's good news for you.
Yes, it is.
This guy in the back with the crossbow is going to fire one off, and I don't know who's going to hit, so I'm going to just roll a d4 and see who he targets. He's really unsure. 1, 2,
Are
3,
there any,
4.
like
That's
mechanics?
a 4. Pando.
Okay.
Crossbow bolt coming your way. Jesus. 21 to hit. Unbelievable rolls from the bandits. That is 3 points of piercing.
Oh, you can
damage.
take
Okay.
that. You're fine.
You got it. The stars. The stars
Bosron
protect
is
you.
dead. Pando, you're up.
I'm going to step forward 10 feet because I don't want to be very close. And then I'm going to throw my thorn whip angrily at the crossbow guy.
Yeah. Love it. Roll your attack.
Jesus Christ. 9.
9. Though this guy is the least armored of all of them, he does have a better armor class than 9. And so your thorn whip misses.
Oh, that would have been awesome damage too.
I know.
As he drunkenly staggers to the other side, evading your thorn whip.
One of these times he's gonna just have to fall over and hit his own head. You know,
Right.
like,
Potham, it is your turn.
Wait
Okay.
long enough.
Well, now that dude's standing right in front of me,
Hit him with your stick.
I will hit him with my stick.
Do it. Hit him with your stick. He is flanked. So
Oh,
you may hit him with your stick at advantage.
Oh, okay. 14.
14 does hit.
Nice.
Yep.
Then we're doing two-handed. Come on, good damage. 2 points of damage. It's a small stick.
Is it your cap? What's going on?
It is a small stick.
it was a stick from the drain, and it looked imposing, but
What
it
is
broke
the
in
die?
half.
What is the
It's a-
die you're rolling?
D8.
It's a D8. No.
Yeah.
Plus anything?
No.
Oh, D8,
my
just a
God.
straight D8. You have
Straight.
0 strength modifier.
There's 0 strength modifier.
Okay, yeah.
And you rolled. Oh my gosh, that's
Brutal.
killer.
All right, well,
I know.
Freya, it's your turn again.
Apparently it's not.
Your
killer.
intimidating
Yeah, you're right.
yell did not seem to have any
Not
effect.
do too
And
much.
Your friends are kind of effective at murdering.
Well,
We're gonna, after this, we're gonna trade up
you know,
some spells.
I'm just gonna. At this point, I gotta hang back, and it just doesn't seem like. I'm just wondering if I can try some talking. I'm just gonna talk to him. Just be like, they've seen how imposing I can be. I just would like to try a little bit of diplomatic persuasion
I think
at
we
this
got
point.
off the wrong foot.
All right.
Guys, wait a minute. Here, hold on, just a second. Can you just?
This is a pretty hard 90-degree turn for Freya. I will say. But
Freya
but
does
of
have a
course.
+3 in persuasion, though.
All right, you're switching tactics to negotiation.
Yeah, we're just
After
gonna
killing one of them.
Yeah.
No, but they didn't necessarily see me do it.
It was not subtle.
Yeah.
In fact, your last
covered
turn
in
was
blood.
your
I
last
was
turn.
covered with blood and brains.
Your last turn was dedicated to making sure they knew it. So I don't think that tack is going to work. What's your pitch here? If you're going to try to persuade rather than intimidate,
Pay him off. I don't
What
know.
is your pitch?
The thing is, they don't know how much damage I have either. Necessarily, and I have, it was. I
I can't tell which is your blood and which is.
You don't have to convince me, but how is Freya pitching the idea to these thugs
Got it.
that they should stop fighting you while you're actively fighting them.
Well, I'm
What's
going to
the
say,
pitch?
what I'm thinking is that they're not that smart. They're not like, it didn't seem like they have been that smart. So I'm just going to
That
say,
one went to Yale.
I'm just going to loudly say to Potom, hey, my brother's coming down the hallway. He's almost here. Our friends are about to arrive. We're,
All right.
so
I like it.
we have a lot of reinforcements coming behind us. And so...
We do?
Potom,
Make a deception check.
deception check.
When did we arrange that?
And I'm tempted to give you disadvantage because
because
of
of
Potom,
ridiculous.
but
No, we don't need any disadvantage right now. Oh, a 2.
Okay,
Three.
I guess Potom does say that.
that's definitely what happens.
So
Yeah.
we're at 3.
So you're like, don't
Deception.
worry, Potom, our reinforcements are on the way. I can hear them coming down the hallway. And Potom
Clank,
goes,
clank, clank.
what reinforcements? We're here alone. and it has very little effect. So your tank is negotiating. Your healers are doing the fighting. Air, what would you like to do?
Is it back
We've
to me?
really learned our lessons from the the near TPK rat battle.
We're going all in. We're going to we have to. I feel like we're just all in.
It's
on it.
delightful.
It's delightful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really hope I don't need to use shield and instead cast hex.
Do it.
I'm the same. I'm doubling up.
All right, double.
guy.
His guy is super hexed.
Yeah. Actually, ooh. What is it? Yeah, I'm kind of banking on me hoping to kill him.
Yeah, he's currently the most hexed and
Yeah.
has not taken any damage.
Okay.
Can I ask a hex question?
Sure.
Is there damage over time?
No.
No.
Well,
So
Okay.
hex doesn't harm them just for being on them.
No.
Okay.
But if he hits, I think he does extra damage, and if
1d6 extra damage.
if the target dies,
Yeah.
he heals a little bit. Or
Okay.
she, rather.
So it's not
Air.
damage over time, but there are
Right.
different.
Ooh, that's hex. That's the curse. I get healed.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Maybe we should just stop calling it Hexblade's curse. And just call it
yeah,
curse.
yeah.
Maybe that's just easier.
Curse and hex.
Curse and
Yeah,
hex.
yeah.
There we go. That's.
All right. So this thug is now cursed and hexed,
And I'm going to attack it.
and sword attack. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh no, that's. I think that's all right. 14.
14 hits.
Oh, Jesus.
Good,
Yes.
thank God.
Yes.
Okay, finally some like
Yay.
serious damage too. Okay, so then
Well,
so
we'll see.
Wait,
Yeah.
we'll see. Booming blade.
Can't
which,
believe you said that out loud before you rolled your
Yeah, I
dice.
was an idiot. Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I totally killed him in one shot.
Don't worry. There's like a lot of bonuses. Thank God. Okay, so it's 1, but it's 1 plus 6, so it's 7 right there, and
Yep.
then I get to roll another 1d6 for the
Okay. This better be a 6.
4. So it's 1 plus 6 plus 4, so 11.
That is exactly how many hit points this
Oh,
thug
Oh,
finally.
thank
stars.
God.
Oh,
So-
it all worked out. 'cause
You
now
Something.
did actually one shot
Yes.
this bandit. Barely.
Nicely done, Air.
Oh my
Hey.
gosh. And I get to heal 5 points, so I'm back to full, which is beautiful.
Awesome.
It all
Nice.
worked out.
That all worked
It
out.
was high risk, high reward right there.
Oh man, any movement here? Are you going to hang next to this? bandit?
Nah, yeah, I'm just going to stay right there.
Okay. Well, on this bandit's turn, seeing his friend go down, he's feeling brave and angry, so he's going to stay. He's going to. It's not that brave, so he's going to attack Potom again. But that is a terrible roll. It's a 5 to hit. Misses.
Yeah, nope, misses.
Finally, it's turning our way here.
This bandit back here, also still feeling brave and a lot safer because he's further away from you. But he's going to take 2 steps back and fire off a crossbow bolt at Pando again. That's a 22 to hit.
Jeez.
This guy's a sharpshooter.
I know.
Seriously?
Drunken sharpshooter.
Drunken
That's
sharpshooter.
4 points of piercing damage.
Well, if he wasn't
As-
drunk, he would never hit.
That's the problem.
He always
That's the-
misses,
that's
yeah.
the
That's why
problem.
they keep the grog back at the...
Yes,
Pando, your turn.
Pando is scared. She has 2 hit points
Fair.
left.
Fair.
She feels like she's been fighting for days on end.
Y'all have been down here for an hour.
I know.
No, that's not
This
true.
is how it
That's not true. It's
feels.
been a while. Yeah, you've been down here for a while.
Feels like every turn they go around, there is something else to fight. This is not her normal lifestyle. And this dude with a crossbow just she's taking it personally. And so
It's pretty personal.
she's just gonna try again because it's kind of all she has. She has no more spells left.
Because we're flanked, right? Then too.
Well, there's no flanking for ranged weapons.
Oh, okay.
Only
Yeah.
an up-close melee.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right, do it.
And so she sees this crossbow guy as the most dangerous thing because he's just like picking them off.
Rock his world.
Most dangerous thing I have is Thorn Whip. If I could just.
Well, it's got to land here. one of these
Okay,
times.
24.
That's definitely hits. Yep.
Thank you. Come on, damage.
Nice.
Come on, come on.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and say she screamed while she threw it this time.
Yeah.
Thanks. She's getting mad.
She's getting
What's the damage?
6.
6 points of damage. Nice.
Beautiful.
And you pull them 10 feet
10
closer
feet.
to you.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing because
Yeah.
Oh,
you
okay, good.
don't usually hit.
Right. I think it surprises me too that he comes 10 feet closer.
Very
And I'm like,
nice.
oh.
Okay, Potom, it is your turn.
Well, so we're gonna hit the dude in front of us with the quarterstaff.
Yeah.
It's gonna work one of these times. And I get advantage,
You
right?
do,
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
18.
yeah. Okay, that hits.
8.
Nice.
Yes!
So I think Potom at some point looks at his quarterstaff, like flips it over to the other side, maybe remembers that one side is iron shot or something, he goes, and just clocks this guy across the head, and he's out. You lay him out, defeated. Nice. Any movement on your turn?
A little happy dance.
Yeah. Genie. I guess that would more sand people than anything.
Yeah, I was picturing him as a tiny Jawa.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move up along the wall. We're gonna move bottom here.
Freya,